You have a knack for getting in trouble.
You have a knack for saving my life.
For me, it was a great love story with a real human being at the center, somebody that I could really identify with, somebody who had to do homework, someone who the girls weren't crazy about, somebody who was bullied. And yet he had to rise up and become this hero to protect the city. And it seemed like they had never heard that version before. I had very graphic images of how Spider-Man lands, what his pose looks like, how he swings from a web. The job was to bring that vision to the big screen. How would we do that? How would we get actors to move in a way that only a comic book artist could depict? That was really the challenge.
The mandate was just to make it as real as we could. When Toby's hanging upside down in the pouring rain and she's all wet.
This was the moment when Peter could both achieve his dream of helping the woman he loved, but it's also finally getting to kiss the woman he loves. The vulnerability that he exposes to her. I think that's why her pulling down the mask makes the moment special, because his character longs to be loved by her. And to remove the mask is exposing yourself to becoming vulnerable to someone who loves you.
There was a considerable amount of setup time. We're actually outside on the back lot with big rain machines. But to be able to see rain in movies, it actually has to be a lot bigger drops than real life rain. So when you're getting rained on in the movies, it's a lot of water.
You do take after take, and they're being doused in cold water, and it can become really chilling.
But we would have to get out there, get in position, get the rain going, and then we would have to lift Toby up on the wire, upside down in the position you saw him in the movie. And that would take a couple minutes, so it's a few minutes of misery each time we do the take.
And while he was doing the scene, I remember the water was falling down into his upside-down nostrils. So he was kind of drowning, but it was a kissing scene. So he had to pretend like it was a pleasant, sweet moment for him, when in fact he was semi-drowning. And then the only way he could breathe was through his mouth, and then I had him kiss Kirsten. They seemed to do very well with it. It was more about the trickery of the mask itself. We couldn't really get that look on the mask and have it be pliable. So it really wouldn't pull up and down. And we had to pretend as though it were, with Kirsten's doing a little bit of sleight of hand to help sell the idea that she actually pulled the mask down. There was a lot of technical aspects, but fortunately, Kirsten and Toby are so convincing that they made that all invisible. I felt the pressure that the genre was in trouble. Hollywood was soured on the superhero film around 1999.
I honestly, in my heart, think that this movie and how Sam did it absolutely set the tone of how a comic book movie should be made.
I loved Stan Lee's work, and I was trying to be true to it. And if people recognized from those Spider-Man movies that his stories were really effective, then I'm proud.